And now I'm zooming from Cape Town to Frankfurt, where I find at the Marriott Frankfurt my good, almost said old, long-time friend, Gitta Brückmann, who is the Market Vice President for the DACH region for Marriott Hotels. Gitta, how are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much, Nils. And you are one of the few people who is allowed to say old friend, because we know each other over 35 years, over 35 years. 40 years. Oh my God. Okay. 40 years.
Yeah, you were 2 and I was 18.
Okay, I buy that one. That's a good one.
It's been a long, long time and you have not changed, Gitta. You have not changed. Gitta, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us in PKF Hotel Experts in conversation with the Market Vice President. What do I have to understand under Market Vice President?
So I have the pleasure to work with our hotel teams in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. This is 42 hotels, different brands from a loft to a courtyard, from a Marriott brand to the Ritz-Carlton luxury brands or luxury collection. So I work with the general managers and the executive teams, and we try to make sure that we get lots of revenue and profits, which of course at the moment is more challenging, but better times will come again.
They will definitely come. Let's not only hold thumbs, but let's work towards that. Now, in a time when everybody is, and I'm sure one can say that, not really having the greatest of fun, because those numbers that you mentioned are under massive pressure in all markets, really. But the teams are there, the teams are trying to do their best. You want them to do their best. How do you stay in touch with them? How do you keep them together? How do you get them motivated to keep on trying to look at opportunities and whatever, to make those numbers somehow?
Yeah, this indeed is very, very, very important. And we started last year when the crisis started already, making sure that we keep in contact, not only with the hotel teams from an area regional side, but the most important, of course, that the general managers and their executive teams stay in contact with all associates. So different ways of formats were used, be it newsletters, be it, of course, the Zoom conference, the Teams conferences, etc., etc. But one particular best practice I want to share is with one of our GMs at the West in Munich, actually. He's now doing, over time, it evolves as well, what you offer to your associates. He is now offering open door, open video sessions, which I think is excellent, because here it's not somebody doing a presentation, it's about talking, right? And this is what we all need. We need to talk to people. So this is extremely important to us to offer those kind of communications to all of the associates. On another note, which probably came up about 3 months ago, we started also looking into different trainings. And I'm not necessarily talking about discipline trainings. We all know what we need in the hotels, but trainings or things we need to know about mental health. So we're getting some people certified now to train our associates, which I think is really great, in different languages, of course, and making sure that they're okay, and just helping them, supporting them through these difficult times.
I think it's a fantastic initiative. I mean, it shows the leadership that talk about leadership. You lost recently Arne Sorensen, a great leader who was setting standards for all of us in the industry, and I'm sure that is one of his legacies that he leaves behind. Talking about legacies, but going forward with that legacy, I don't believe that we will go back to normal, which doesn't mean that we'll look towards depression and towards horrible things happening, but I think there will be a next normal, a new normal. What will, in your mind, what will change in our world as hoteliers? What will change how we do things? Are there things that you see different, or do you believe that everything is going to one day go back to what we had a year ago?
Well, first, Nils, thank you for mentioning Arne. I mean, this was a big, big shock to many of us. I personally knew Arne very well, if I may say. And as you said, I'm here at the Frankfurt Marriott Hotel, and we had several meetings here together with him. And so he will be deeply missed by the Marriott family, and but very kind of you to mention it, because he indeed was a fabulous leader, but also a fabulous person. So going back to your question, yes, we will have changes. First of all, the guest expectation is going to be different from a hygiene measurement standpoint, and that goes without saying that we need to be ready. I mean, we have some of the hotels open now, of course, even in my region at the moment, and it goes without saying that those hygiene measurements are in the hotels, and this is what we need to make sure that we are on top of that. I mean, that's very clear. Also, you know, in the food and beverage areas, etc. Depending on what you're allowed to do, just making sure that we are good there. That's number one. Number two is in the group and conference sector. Everybody talks about the hybrid meetings. Yes, they will definitely be there, and more so. And we need to be ready from an AV perspective. You know, do we have good partners, AV partners? What can we do on our own in smaller hotels, or maybe you know, moderate tier brands where we don't have these huge AV companies taking care of it, you know, at a courtyard or in a loft, you know. So it will be different. Customers tell us that that they will come back though, which is great, because, you know, all these different business segments. I mean, if you're a consultant, like a transient customer, or if you're a participant, if you're, I don't know, a company which regularly prepares for launches, car launch, pharmaceutical, etc. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. They request actually space, so that gives me a lot of hope.
Very happy. Very happy to hear that. The month of March is Women's Month. As I keep saying, with two daughters and one wife, every month is Women's Month in the Heckscher household. But joke aside, Women's Month has a focus on equality, on equal opportunities, on those for women. In a way, I must say, it's almost sad that we still need to do this. But what does it mean for you? What does it mean for Marriott? But also for you personally, being a lady in a leadership position for many, many years.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. I mean, we had the Women's Day, International Women's Day, just yesterday, and I know it's been celebrated all around the world. And I guess it's a good thing to still talk about it, but I also see it like you. It's sometimes even, do we still need to talk about it? Question mark. With Marriott, I'm very proud to say that over 50% of the associates are women in the hotels. Okay, when you go into the management position, it might get a little bit less, but that also has a lot to do with different in different countries with child take care of children, sorry, you know, are they able to take care of children, etc., etc. So I think from my perspective, yes, we need to continue to develop ladies in all different positions, but at the same time we need to look at the environment in which country they live in and what kind of support they get, because this is what I hear a lot. I can only do the job if my children are taken care of, or I can only do the job if this and this happens. So this is what we certainly need to look at on an ongoing basis. And yes, Marriott talks about this a lot. So in all of our, not all, but in many of our meetings, we want to make sure that the development for ladies or women on all different levels are taken care of.
I think that's a fantastic initiative, and as I was saying earlier, I think it should be normal. There is no in my mind, and I'm not paying lip service, in my mind, there's no reason why a woman should not move to the positions that men have attained for all these years. And it's time. And also, I think women will bring, despite all the equality that we're talking about, they will bring a different angle.
Yeah.
We are different. We're not the same, absolutely, and it's good like that. But that's what to me means diversity. That we are different, but we celebrate the differences rather than dwell on them, and whatever, and make sure that we benefit from them, and the companies benefit from them. Gitta, our time is running out. I wish I could talk to you for much longer. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you well with keeping the team together. I wish you well with the recovery that will come. We believe in that. We have to believe in that, and it will come. I think a lot of it is dependent on vaccinations and whatever you. And may your region be vaccinated very quicker than they are doing it at the moment. May you stay healthy and fit. And look forward to seeing you very soon. Gitta Brückmann, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nils, and thank you for the invitation.
Absolute pleasure. Bye.